by Merson. In comes Linnigan on the far side. Well, David O'Leary gets himself and the ball out of the net, and Arsenal are in front. Michael Thomas. Oh, and Jan Smith, it's Merson behind him. Is it two for Arsenal? It is. O'Leary made it his. Campbell. For Smith. There's a shot on! There's a great goal on for Alan Smith. Winterburn. Oh, and it's going to be four. It's Kevin Campbell.
Ronnie Moran didn't appear to have a care in the world on the day he succeeded the one and only Kenny Dalglish. Whether Moran's succession becomes permanent won't depend on the outcome of one match, but having lost their manager, immediately losing their lead in the title race obviously won't help his cause. Julian James was a trifle unfortunate to concede that penalty. And Jan Molby, the architect of Liverpool's finer moments, gave them an undeserved half-time lead. Now, Liverpool have a phobia about Luton's pitch, which surfaced after the break. About the same time, Luton began to realise that Liverpool really were there for the taking. Kingsley Black with Liverpool at 6s and 7s, and our first goal of the day contender. In fact, Luton played some delightful football. Lars Elstrup to Ian Dowie, the season's most audacious 1-2 here. No chance for Mike Hooper, standing in for Bruce Grobbelaar. The first of two for Dowie as Luton ended a losing sequence of 4. Black into the space, permanently vacated by Liverpool, or so it appeared. Hussein dozing, Dowie motoring, 3-1. It was a makeshift Spurs side, and under the circumstances, a likely result, although the eventual margin of defeat will have raised a few eyebrows in this week of Tottenham's much publicised AGM. Paul McGee with Wimbledon's first. Now, a free kick, one goal of the day 3 weeks ago. That one's in with a chance, isn't it? Keith Curle on the hour. Spurs, for whom the FA Cup is so vitally important this season, didn't take any chances where they're injured players. Gascoigne, one of the men out. They got close to Wimbledon with about 20 minutes left when Gudni Bergson scored a somewhat scrappy goal, but after that the Dons ran away with it. Warren Barton made an outstanding contribution for the home side, who've only been beaten once this year, and that was at Shrewsbury. Terry Gibson with a clear header. This is Barton again, the former Maidstone player, crossing for John Fashanu, who made it 4 at the second. Third attempt, torrid afternoon for Torsved. Well, here's the increasingly impressive Warren Barton again. John Scales finding space, the time to turn, and a perfect cross for Alan Cork to get number 5. Aston Villa were a bit rusty in the early stages, playing their first serious game for 3 weeks, and Forest took the lead in this Midlands derby with Nigel Clough's 14th of the season. But Paul McGrath got Villa going with a storming run. His knees will be painful this morning. Powering through Walker, laying it on for Tony Cascarino, and clearly this is a goal of the day contender. Villa went in front 3 minutes later, only their 10th goal away from home in the league all season. Derek Mountfield. They were a minute from taking maximum points, but Forest showed a glimpse of their recent cup-fighting spirit. Steve Hodge stooping to equalise. Honours even for the two sides vying for the title of top team in the Midlands. Everton's previous 3 games have been Mersey derbies, and so is their next one. In between all the hullabaloo, Sheffield United's visit must have seemed very low-key, even though Tony Cottee put them in front after 75 seconds. Cottie's return to form has come at a crucial time. It was anything but low-key for United, a great following away from home and bags of spirit. They're battling to stay in the first division in the way that Charlton used to. Glyn Hodges on loan and on target for the 3rd successive game. What's more, United won for the 3rd successive time. Chairman of the PFA, Brian Marwood, hadn't had too much to shout about since his move from Arsenal, but all that changed a minute from time. Too late, even for Everton, to get an equaliser. Queen's Park Rangers are beginning to get their act together. It's 4 without defeat now, with Les Ferdinand taking over the goal scoring from the injured Roy Wegley, quickly in after Ian Andrews' save. Ferdinand got both goals in their last win at Luton, grabbed another double against Southampton. The second courtesy of Andrews, and one of those nightmare moments for any goalkeeper. Southampton are by no means out of the relegation mire. As Howard Kendall said on his return to Everton, no one's too good to go down. Anyway, down went Rod Wallace and up stepped Matt Le Tissier to tuck away the penalty. 2-1 at Loftus Road. We've already judged save of the day, Brian Gunn of Norwich. Sorry there's nothing to be won, Brian, but it's the thought that counts. Dean Saunders brought down Dean Saunders to take the penalty, and what an important one for Derby, who'd lost their previous 6 and are stuck at the bottom. But Brian Gunn reacted superbly, particularly to block the follower. No goals at the baseball ground.
Worthington. Dangerous! And he's done it again! Besant's mistake, but what could he do about that, as Shirtley was in the right place at the right time. Townsend's header. Sheridan to Hurst. King. Williams, that's a good little ball from Williams, and there's real danger here, and Sheffield Wednesday have got a second, and inevitably it's Hurst who scored it.
And Hughes gets it away to McClare. Lee Sharp, the flag has stayed down. They say he's onside. Lee Sharp now for Manchester United. And that has settled it. No doubt about it now.